Right, so in case you can't tell, it is nighttime again. I'm getting worse at this now. The owls are being better behaved. A bit of a chaotic day, so yeah, it's late. So let's get on with it. Right, so today's planting is the first time we're putting in a Dracaena as the main planting. It won't always be an isolated planting. This is about 5 meters from the kapok, and so we'll eventually end up in the shade of that. But for now, it is by itself, and it will one day be the sub-canopy, which it should probably prefer. For now, it's sheltered from the afternoon sun by some young guava trees and Handoranthus, the trumpet tree, golden trumpet tree. But to give its base a little bit more protection in case it gets sunburned, I'm putting in some Aloe cameroni around the base of it, and then I'm putting in some more of the wild iris, which is Dietes iridoides. So the first three going in, those are all native in Zambia, very different parts of Zambia. The Dietes is more or less anywhere forested in Zambia it can be native. It's very widespread within Africa. The Aloe cameroni really only occurs in the far east of Zambia, and although Dracaena steudneri is very widespread in Africa, in Zambia it is much more confined to the wetter forest. So it is a larger Dracaena generally than Dracaena fragrans, which is the one we've seen previously. It is, I think, rather more ornamental. It tends to be more arborescent, so it tends to have more of a strong tree form, whereas the Dracaena fragrans is often quite candelabra-like. And it also seems to be more attractive to fruit bats. I'm then breaking my native streak by putting in some of the standard Kalinko Fedchinkoi, which is the lavender scallops, which should provide a nice extra layer on top of the iris of chemical protection against any wandering herbivores who think they might sample this while it's still tender and establishing. Once it's mature, it shouldn't be too bothered by anything because, again, being native, it's reasonably well adapted to most of the insects it could encounter here, even if it will eventually want more shade than it's going to get right here. So yeah, that should be it for tonight. Tune in tomorrow. I do not currently have a plan, but I'm hoping it'll be executed in daylight.